school is just around the corner, and staff is trying to finalize plans for the fall. But with the requirements changing, that's proving to be difficult. News Watch's Anna Orsini got a chance to talk with the union president for the Medford Teachers Association about the school year is looking for union members.
Schools will now move forward with a plan to evaluate whether or not they're going to be reopening this fall. Troy Pomeroy, the union president for Medford Teachers, joins us now. Troy, thank you for being with us this morning.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you. So the first question that I have for you is, how will teachers approach teaching in the fall?
You know, actually with a lot of trepidation. There's been a lot of emotions, a lot of uncertainty, and I'll be really honest with you, we really don't know, and I've been saying that from the beginning. So Monday this week, I kind of thought I knew what we were doing, and I went camping for a few days. I came back and there were new directives and new direction, and we had to revisit that plan and make changes, and that's kind of how it is. It's a moving target. So I really honestly believe that between now and when we open, it'll change again.
How are the teachers kind of reacting to this, and everyone, I guess, school administration? You guys had this plan moving forward for the summer, and then all of that was kind of derailed this week. Are teachers really just focused on wanting to do what's best for the students, or is there a sense of kind of frustration?
There's a little bit of both. I think, of course, our heart is to do the best for our kids. And so when we talked about that in the spring, everybody was like, yeah, let's get back in the classroom. Let's bring our kids back. And then as COVID didn't get really better and the numbers didn't go down like we had hoped, people, not everybody, but there were a growing fear about spreading COVID more when you've got that many students in one place and that many teachers in one place and that kind of thing. And so now there's a lot more fear and worry about things. With the new plan, there's right now a lot of uncertainty. And for teachers, that's a really hard place because we're planners. We go into each day with a lesson and a plan, and you just jump in there. We plan, and we can't plan for anything right now because there's this big moving target. We've never been here before. We don't know how to imagine this. But we do want whatever's best for kids, and that means if they're in the classroom with us, that's great. If it means they need to stay home and we teach them remotely so that they can be safe, then we'll do that too. We'll do whatever it takes for our kids.
There's been a lot of recent discussion around kind of whether or not this year and the delays that we're seeing because of coronavirus will affect students both socially and in their education. Are you hearing those same concerns from teachers in Medford?
Well, absolutely. There is no doubt that this will affect kids. I mean, learning just isn't optimal under these conditions. Neither is their emotional and social health. I mean, we need contact with people. We need an interaction, and we're not getting it. We're locked down at home. So one of the things that schools do is provide a lot of that social interaction, and we're just not equipped to do that in the same way we were if you go back to March of this year even.
And how do you guys kind of overcome some of the technology issues that you're seeing with moving to an online format? Obviously, not every student is going to have the same resources as other students. You can kind of equalize that, I guess, when students are in classrooms, but when they're not, you don't know if they're going to have that support at home. How do you combat that this fall?
That is a great question. It's a big issue for us. We want every child to be able to have access to instruction, and we know we can't be 100% on that, but we're doing the best we can. We have made available Chromebooks to take home for kids. We've made hotspots available for people who don't have internet service. But the same is true for our teachers. Some of those don't have the equipment or the access either, and they've had to make some changes. And so, just like everybody else, we're doing the best we can with what we're given.
And is this a situation that you ever saw yourself in? Did you think that when the coronavirus first hit in February or March, that when you went back to school this year, you would have to be making plans like these ones?
Absolutely not. This will be my 31st year in education. I've never seen anything like this. And in fact, in March, I kept thinking, well, next week it'll get better. We'll be back in the classroom. And then it was April, and I kept thinking next week we'll be in the classroom. And then we're going to finish out the year remotely. I thought, oh, we'll definitely be in by fall. And we just can't predict this thing. So yeah, we're just flying as best we can, making changes as things come our way.
Well, Troy Pomeroy, thank you for being with us today, and thank you for your continued commitment to learning and kids' education here in Medford.
You're welcome. Thank you.